English is not just a language, it is a bridge. A bridge between dreams and reality. A bridge between who you are today and who you want to become tomorrow. Many people think learning English takes years, but the truth is different. If your intention is strong, if your focus is clear, and if your practice is honest, you can improve your English in just 1 week. Not perfectly fluent, but confidently strong enough to express yourself without fear. If you truly want to improve your English fast in 1 week, the first and most powerful shift begins with your environment. You cannot grow in silence and expect transformation. You cannot stay surrounded by the same language, the same patterns, the same comfort zone, and suddenly expect a new version of yourself to appear. English is not something you only study for 1 hour and forget for the rest of the day. It has to enter your space, your thoughts, your daily rhythm, your small habits that you don't even notice. When you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing your eyes see? What is the first thing your ears hear? What is the first thing your mind engages with? If everything around you is in your native language, then your brain stays locked in that pattern. But if you start changing small things intentionally, something powerful begins to shift inside you. Change your phone language to English, even if you don't understand everything at first. Let your confusion sit there. Let your curiosity grow there. Because learning begins where comfort ends, not where understanding is already complete. Surround yourself with English in a way that feels natural, not forced. Watch short videos, not for perfection, but for exposure. Listen to people speaking slowly at first, then gradually challenge yourself with faster conversations. Even if you don't understand every word, your brain is doing silent work in the background. It is collecting patterns, sounds, sentence structures, and emotional tones. This silent learning is more powerful than memorizing pages of grammar rules without connection to real life. Reading is also a doorway, but it does not need to be heavy or complicated. Start with simple captions, short posts, small articles, or even subtitles in videos. Let your eyes get used to English words without fear. At first, your mind may resist. It may feel slow, confusing, or even frustrating. But that discomfort is not your weakness. It is your growth trying to happen. Most people quit at the stage where their brain is just beginning to adjust. They think confusion means failure. But confusion is often the first sign of learning. Even your inner thoughts can become part of this environment. Instead of thinking in your native language and translating later, start labeling your day in English in small ways. When you pick up something, silently name it in English. When you feel something, try to describe it in simple words inside your mind. I am tired. I am sitting. I am going out. I feel happy. These small mental practices slowly build a bridge between thought and expression. And when that bridge becomes strong, speaking becomes less of a struggle and more of a flow. The environment you create does not have to be perfect or complete. It only has to be consistent. Even if it is just 10% English around you at first, that 10% will start expanding if you stay consistent. Your brain adapts quietly, without announcement, without drama. One day you will notice that words, which once felt strange, now feel familiar. Sentences that once looked complex now feel simple. That transformation does not come from pressure. It comes from exposure repeated daily in small, invisible ways that accumulate over time. You may feel like you are not doing enough, but even passive exposure is powerful. Even listening without understanding is powerful. Even watching without catching every word is powerful. Because your mind is not a machine that learns only through effort. It is also a sponge that absorbs through presence. And when that presence is shaped by English from different directions, your thinking pattern slowly starts to shift in ways you don't immediately notice. The goal is not to force yourself into stress, but to gently place yourself inside an English environment where your brain has no choice but to adapt gradually, naturally. Continuously speaking without fear of mistakes is the real turning point in learning English fast in 1 week. Because language is not built in silence, it is built in expression, and expression always carries imperfections in the beginning. Most people wait too long before they speak. They wait until they feel ready, until they feel confident, until they feel perfect. But perfection is not the starting point of language. It is the result of repeated imperfect attempts. If you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you will remain stuck in the same place where your voice never meets the outside world. Mistakes are not signs of failure. They are signs of participation. Every incorrect sentence is still a sentence that brought you closer to fluency. Every broken phrase is still a step toward clarity. When a child learns to speak, no one criticizes their first words. No one says they are wrong for not speaking perfectly. Instead, every attempt is celebrated because it represents growth. But as adults, we become afraid of being judged, afraid of sounding foolish, afraid of being corrected. That fear becomes a wall between us and progress. To improve quickly, you must break that wall intentionally. You must allow yourself to speak even when your grammar is not correct, even when your vocabulary is limited, even when your pronunciation is not perfect. Because fluency is not born from hesitation, it is born from repetition. The tongue learns through movement, not through silence. The more you speak, the more your mouth becomes familiar with English sounds, rhythms, and structures. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. But discomfort is not your enemy. It is the signal that your brain is forming new pathways. Speaking alone is also powerful. You do not always need a partner to practice. You can talk to yourself about your day, your plans, your thoughts, even your small actions. Describe what you are doing as if you are narrating your life. This may feel unusual in the beginning, but it builds confidence quietly. When you speak to yourself, there is no judgment, no pressure, no fear of being corrected. This creates a safe space where your mind becomes free to experiment with language without restriction. When you do speak with others, do not stop yourself mid-sentence just because you are unsure. Let the sentence come out, even if it is not perfect. If you make a mistake, continue anyway. The flow is more important than the flaw. Many learners stop speaking the moment they feel they are wrong, and in doing so, they break their own learning process. The real skill is not avoiding mistakes, but continuing despite them. There is also a hidden power in slow speaking. You do not need to rush your words. Speak slowly, clearly, and calmly. This gives your brain time to think in English rather than translating from your native language. Speed will come later naturally, but clarity must come first. When you speak slowly, you reduce pressure on yourself and increase accuracy without even realizing it. Another important shift is changing how you view correction. When someone corrects you, it is not an insult, it is an opportunity. Many people feel embarrassed when they are corrected, but correction is actually a shortcut to improvement. Each correction shows you a pattern you did not notice before. Instead of avoiding it, you should welcome it quietly and apply it again in your next sentence. Confidence in speaking does not come before action, it comes during action. You will not feel confident first and then speak. You will speak first, and confidence will slowly build inside that process. The voice that you are afraid to use today is the same voice that will become strong tomorrow, but only if you give it permission to exist in real conversations, instead of keeping it trapped inside your thoughts. The moment you stop fearing mistakes, your learning speed multiplies, because your mind is no longer blocked by hesitation, and your focus shifts from "what if I am wrong" to "what can I say next?" And that shift changes everything about how you experience English in real life. Learning English fast in 1 week is not about collecting thousands of words. It is about building a living connection with sentences that you can actually use in real life. Because words alone are like scattered pieces that have no meaning until they are placed into structure. And structure comes from sentences that carry intention, emotion, and daily purpose. Many learners get trapped in the idea that more vocabulary means better English. But in reality, unused vocabulary creates confusion rather than confidence, because your mind becomes crowded with information that has no practical outlet. When you focus on daily useful sentences, you start shaping your language in a way that reflects real communication instead of textbook memory. Think about how you actually speak in your native language. You do not think in single words. You think in complete thoughts, like what you need, what you feel, what you want to express. English should follow the same natural pattern. Instead of memorizing isolated words like eat, go, happy, tired, you learn how to express complete ideas such as I'm feeling go outside. I want to happy about this. I am happy about this moment. These are all ones that your mouth will actually use in real conversations. The power of sentences lies in repetition. When you repeat a sentence again and again, it stops being something you are trying to remember and becomes something you naturally say without thinking. At first, it feels mechanical, like you are forcing yourself, but slowly it becomes effortless, like breathing. This is how fluency is built, not through sudden intelligence, but through repeated exposure to the same patterns until they settle inside your mind as habit. Daily situations are your best teachers. Every part of your day can be turned into language practice. When you wake up, there are sentences for that moment. When you eat, there are sentences for that moment. When you feel something, there are sentences for that emotion. Instead of learning random vocabulary from different topics that never connect, you build a small collection of sentences that reflect your actual life. This makes your learning practical, not theoretical. You can start with simple structures that you reuse in different ways. I am going to. I want to. I need to. I feel. I have to. These are not just grammar patterns, they are life tools. With just these structures, you can express hundreds of thoughts. For example, I am going to study. I am going to sleep. I am going to work. And each variation strengthens your ability to communicate without hesitation. Listening and repeating these sentences is also powerful. When you hear a sentence, you should not just understand it. You should try to say it aloud immediately. Even if your pronunciation is not perfect, even if your accent feels strange to you, what matters is the connection between hearing and speaking. This connection trains your brain to respond in English instead of translating from your native language. Writing sentences also strengthens memory. When you write, you slow down your thinking and observe structure more carefully. You can write small daily notes like, today I am feeling calm. I am learning something new. I want to improve myself. And these simple writings become anchors in your learning process. They may look basic, but simplicity is what builds strength in the beginning. The mistake many people make is jumping between too many topics without mastering any. One day they learn food vocabulary, the next day travel words, the next day business terms, but nothing stays stable in their mind because there is no repetition. Real improvement comes from depth, not variety. When you stay with useful sentences long enough, they start becoming part of your thinking pattern. Even your imagination can become a practice space. You can imagine conversations in English, imagine simple dialogues about your day, and practice how you would respond. This mental rehearsal helps your brain prepare responses before real conversations happen, making actual speaking less stressful and more natural. The goal is not to impress anyone with complicated words, but to express yourself clearly in simple language that flows without resistance, where your thoughts do not get stuck searching for vocabulary, where your sentences come out in a natural rhythm that feels closer to your real voice becoming visible through another language. Shaping itself slowly through repetition and daily use thinking in English is the deepest shift you can make if you want to improve your English fast in 1 week. Because until your thoughts change their language, your speech will always remain dependent on translation, and translation is slow, heavy, and full of hesitation. Most learners speak English by first thinking in their native language and then converting each idea word by word. This process creates delay in the mind, and that delay becomes fear, confusion, and lack of confidence. But when you start thinking directly in English, even in the simplest way, your mind becomes faster, lighter, and more natural in expression. At the beginning, thinking in English does not mean forming perfect or complex sentences. It starts with very small thoughts that match your daily life. You do not need to force complicated grammar into your mind. You simply start labeling your reality in English. When you wake up, instead of thinking in your native language, you can think simple thoughts like, I am awake, I am tired, I need water, I should get up. These are not advanced sentences, but they are powerful because they connect your inner world directly with English expression without translation. The mind learns through repetition and exposure. When you repeatedly think in English, even for basic actions, your brain starts recognizing English as a thinking language, not just a study subject. This is a very important difference. When English becomes a thinking language, speaking becomes automatic. You no longer search for words because the words are already forming inside your thought process before you speak. One useful practice is to describe everything around you silently in English. When you look at a fan, think, this is a fan. When you see a window, think, the window is open. When you feel cold, think, I am feeling cold. These small mental descriptions may look simple, but they slowly build a bridge between observation and expression. Your brain starts linking objects, emotions, and actions directly with English words, which reduces the need for translation later. Another important step is self-dialogue in your mind. You can ask yourself simple questions and answer them in English. What am I doing? I am studying. Where am I going? I am going outside. How do I feel? I feel okay. This internal conversation builds fluency silently, without pressure, without fear of judgment, because it happens inside your own mind where no one is correcting you or stopping you. At first, your thoughts will feel slow and incomplete. You may struggle to form full sentences in your mind. That is completely normal. Your brain is not used to operating in this language yet. But with consistent practice, those broken thoughts slowly start becoming smoother. What once required effort begins to happen naturally. This transformation is not sudden, it is gradual, and it happens in the background while you continue your daily life. A powerful technique is to reduce translation as much as possible. Whenever you catch yourself thinking in your native language, gently shift that thought into English, not by force but by awareness. For example, if you think, "Moje pani chai hai," you immediately shift it to, "I need water." This small mental correction, repeated many times throughout the day, slowly trains your brain to prefer English as the default thinking mode. Even emotions can be translated into English thinking. Instead of only feeling anger, happiness, or stress in abstract form, you start naming them in English inside your mind. I am angry. I am happy. I am stressed. This helps you connect emotional awareness with language expression, which strengthens both communication and self-expression at the same time. The most powerful change happens when English stops feeling like an external subject and starts feeling like an internal voice. That internal voice is what guides your thoughts, your reactions, and your expressions. When that voice slowly shifts into English, your entire communication system begins to change from within, without needing constant external effort. You will notice that your speaking becomes more natural when your thinking is already in English. Sentences come faster, hesitation reduces, and confidence increases, not because you memorized more grammar, but because your mind is no longer translating between two languages. It is directly expressing itself in one continuous flow that grows stronger with every small thought you practice throughout the day.